everybody. Welcome to part 2 of our journey back in time, just looking at our Pokemon card collection. I realized in the last video I was recording it with my phone held vertical, so I think it's going to look a little weird, so I'm sorry about that. But, so this is my dad, Kivy, and we were talking earlier about how we kind of got all this got started, so I don't know if you want to tell. I know it's a short story, but if you want to.
All right, Jonah, my son, wrote me a letter saying he liked Pokemon, and I was at Barnes & Noble in Westwood, California, which is now out of business, and I bought a Jungle Pack, and that was the first I ever heard of Pokemon, and the first package of Pokemon I ever purchased.
So I mean, so long ago I can't remember what came out of that pack, but. And that's basically what started it all. So, without further ado, I'm going to go, just in this video, go into the very special card I told you about last time. And, yeah, alright.
Okay, so here we go. So, we're going to do the reveal of this card. So, I like to call this card the centerpiece of my entire Pokemon card collection. A lot of you guys are probably thinking, oh, I know what this is, and you know, you're probably right. So, but I'm gonna keep the suspense up, just run you guys through a little bit of a history lesson. So, for those of you who may not know, so Pokemon trading card game, I think I went into the history a little bit in the last video, but I was reading a little bit more on it. It was originally introduced at E3 in 1998. They had a promo pack. I think it was around 30 cards. I think 32 is the number. And I think they had some pre-releases too. But the very first original set, Base 1, first edition, came out January 9th, 1999. For those of you who can remember that far back, I'm pretty sure that they sold at the start for $3.25 a pack, and I think there were 36 packs in a box, and I think a box ran about 125. Now I don't have a calculator in front of me, so I'm not, y'all can do the math check on me. And this card was a very special thing because it was something that we really needed to complete the collection, and really was really happy when we got this. It was we got a couple boxes later on. I think I was in high school at that point. My dad was still collecting. I had kind of put everything in the past at that point, because I was growing up at a time where in high school Pokemon cards weren't. They weren't as cool as I think they are for kids today. I remember the last hurrah that I had was in my freshman year of high school, where I broke out my old Fighting Normal deck, and I played against a friend of mine. I think it was water/ice. I ended up winning that match. So interesting that I actually remember that specifically. So, yeah, then this card, my dad bought 2 booster boxes, and I want to say he bought them at a pretty decent price too. So it was pretty he bought them pretty close to what their original value was, at like 125. I want to say maybe he paid closer to 200. Unfortunately, I am actually reshooting this video about a week later from the footage that I shot with my dad. I am no longer visiting my dad. I am now at my own home, and yeah, I just didn't like the footage. I felt it was too short, didn't give you guys enough background, didn't build enough suspense. So, in the hopes that I have now built enough suspense, let us go into the big reveal. Are you all ready for this? Ready. 3, 2, 1, and go. And there it is. First edition base set 1. Yes, it's shadowless. Of course, all first edition base set 1 cards were shadowless in that time. a Charizard. You see there, 120 HP. First edition, Pokemon Power Energy Burn, Fire Spin. 100 damage. Whew. Man. This card was a hard find, and we took this directly from the pack and put it in this plastic case here. And this is about, oh, I don't know, about 1/4 inch, probably closer to an 1/8 inch thick, clear plastic. I have it screwed in here. It's actually inside another protective case in there, so I just lightly screwed it on. Yeah, like I said, directly from the pack and into this card protector. We took it out a week ago when I shot the original video. I thought there were some flaws in the card that I had to be concerned about, but I took a second look and I'm like, I think that's dust. And when I opened up the case, yes, it was dust. There are a couple other things on this card, but we're gonna submit this to Beckett Grading Services in a week or so. And yeah, I don't really want to make their job any easier than it already is, so I'm sure they're gonna look at it with a fine-tooth comb, look at it under a microscope, if you will, and they'll give us a good hopefully they give us a good rating. And yeah, I mean, if I'm lucky, this thing will come back at a pretty good grading. I'm being pessimistic right now, but if you guys stick with me for this entire journey, which I sincerely hope you do, and I will greatly appreciate it if you do, we're gonna track this entire journey through time up until I get this card back in the mail from BGS. So, just want to thank you guys for sticking around and watching this reveal. Please stay tuned. Next video I'm going to upload is a reveal of all my first edition base set 1 cards. Sneak preview. There is the binder. The binder that has them all. Alright, you guys, take care. See you later.